What's up, y'all? Pop up. We live, episode 74, I believe. I could be
74.
wrong. But yeah, hopefully 74, man. But yeah, it's been a long journey. So
Big
we're gonna keep it
facts.
moving today. We're gonna try to speed through things a little bit. It's gonna be just me and Don today. So not gonna be a extremely long episode. And we're gonna try to jump right into things. And also we're gonna monitor the chat, see if anybody joins the conversation.
Facts. I'm watching
And
the
as
chat. I'm
usual,
watching the chat, y'all boys. So we're hard.
watching it, yeah. So whatever, if you got something to say, make sure you say it. We'll make sure we talk about it. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and set your reminders every
All that.
Sunday. You already know. So first thing, let's talk about Elon Musk and Twitter, the new boss at Twitter, man. A lot of going on, a lot of stuff going on at Twitter. So first off, Don, let me ask you this: well, how do you think Elon's run so far at Twitter has been going, in your opinion?
I feel like I don't know. I've been using Twitter lately often. I feel like
Right,
he has been doing his thing with Twitter. It's just like a little I don't know, just the transfer of it. He's operating Twitter a much different way than any other social media uh person who owns a social media platform. You know what I'm saying? Like he's very active on it. My man be posting memes and all that. And he's kind of like more in the social media community, you know what I'm saying?
right.
So I think that's pretty cool. Um as for like him running it, I don't know the saying like when it comes to like I notice he put something out there saying, hey, if you want to work hard, I need people to work harder, this, that, and the other, and people are leaving, but that's normal stuff that happens when a new person takes over, you know what I'm saying, a job. Like that's normal stuff. It's just happening on a bigger scale, what I think.
Yeah, obviously, you're working for like the biggest social media platform in the world. So obviously, it's not going to be smooth all the time.
Yeah.
I definitely think that, I think he's trying to get a hand of it. He's obviously used to running Tesla and his own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So stepping into someone else's company and someone else's shoes has probably been proven to be a little difficult. And let's not forget, he didn't really want to buy the company at a certain point. They kind of, through legal situations, forced him to do it. So I feel like he could be taking some energy out on that, out of from that situation, out on
Facts.
current employees. But I got to tell you, man, there's been a bunch of people leaving the company, or not just the people he'd fired, but people in protest of him even being uh, the boss have quit. And I think that's kind of silly. He took a picture with a lot of the people that have stayed. Of course, those are people that, in his eyes, are going to have a good look. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Especially in
yeah.
the future. And most of them are not white American people. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you got to be kind of privileged and stuff to quit your job at the biggest company in the world just because a new boss with some different rules steps into the position.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you got to think. I feel like the ex workers, I guess you could call them at this point, they should be more upset at. I don't remember his name, but the guy who actually sold Twitter down the road
Mm-hmm.
to Elon Musk. He didn't have your best interest at heart. You guys are working for this company for and this guy for all these years,
Well,
and then he just like,
I'll be telling people these companies they don't care about you. So like,
yeah, bro. Especially when money's involved. He
yeah,
saw
yeah.
that those zeros that Elon Musk was willing to pay, and he was like, oh yeah, I don't like it.
But I feel like with Elon, like I feel like he's more of getting a hand of it as he goes. It's not. I don't think it's something where like he knew every bit and piece of what he was gonna do. It's more
Yeah,
of like what I'm saying. He's switching up everything and this, that, and the other. Um, and like even with there was a whole blue verified check mark situation that happened a couple
yeah, that whole thing.
days
Yeah,
ago, and he took it right off. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah. It's trial and error. He's gonna have to
yeah,
learn
it's
from
gonna be a lot of trial and error. But luckily,
Yeah.
I ain't pay for the blue check mark. I don't know if they said they're gonna bring it back, but who knows how long it's gonna stay? I don't know. So
Yeah, I'd imagine a lot of people wasn't really with that, but yeah, we're definitely gonna keep up and see what Elon Musk has in store for Twitter, and as far as his employee situation or his disgruntled employee situation, we're gonna see what happens next. Right now, let's talk real quick about the Green
Dre
Ranger.
just jumped in the chat. What up, Dre?
Shout out to Dre. Shout out to Dre. Let's talk about real quick about Jason David Frank. I mean, there's honestly not really much to say so far about this. This happened unfortunately last night. Rest in peace to Jason David Frank, known
Yeah,
to many as
facts,
the Green
facts.
Ranger or the White Ranger. They saying that he killed himself. That it was a suicide. I haven't seen any details. I don't know if Don, if you see anything, but
Yeah,
I
all I
don't
seen
believe it.
is
Yeah,
that he unalived himself. That's the way we got to word it on YouTube. so
Right,
so
right, right.
so they don't flag our thing. But yeah, yeah, that's all that I've been seeing. Nothing more on it. I guess respectfully to the family. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They're not mentioning anything more, but seeing this happen often with hot like celebrities and
Yeah.
actors or people in Hollywood, it's like I don't know. I would not even not discouraging, but like dang, like you accomplished so much. You know what I'm saying? You known Green Power Ranger and this is what it resorts to. It's kind of like what I'm saying, disheartening in a way.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's like it's just really, and it goes to show you, like this guy, he was like he used to be at all the Comic Con conventions and stuff. He appeared to be so happy.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? But it goes to show you that even if you got money and popularity and stuff like that, definitely sad RP to him. We're gonna
facts.
keep it with that next week. I'm sure we'll have more details as they come out, so we can talk about it again and get into more detail. But next, let's move on. Let's talk about Trump. So it's official,
Here we go.
2024. We will see Donald Trump running for president again. Like it or not, I'd argue at this point. I feel like a lot of people, more people probably like it than than they did before. So first, let me ask Don, what are your predictions? What do you think is going to happen with this? You think
I
Trump has a chance?
I don't know, man, because like I've been seeing a lot of things like I watch a little bit of politics on YouTube and what I'm saying. I don't not like crazy amount of politics, but it looks like the Republic they don't think that they can win with him. So it looks like what I'm saying they want another candidate instead of what I'm saying Trump. So
Right,
like he I feel like Trump he has his cult, but I feel like that's it. He don't got the full Republican Party on his side, nor does he have the Democrat Party on completely on his side. So that's gonna definitely go against him. And yeah, that's that. But I
right.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't see him. I don't know. I don't see him winning again. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if it went either way. Obviously, I mean, maybe I'm like you said, I'm not really paying attention yet, but I don't know who the Democrats have as like their major person they plan on running. I'd assume, I guess, Biden's gonna run again.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Um,
sure. Oh
so
yeah, like Dre just said in the chat, DeSantis. I didn't even know he was running for 2024. That's
yeah, DeSantis might have it. You know what I'm saying? I feel
Yeah.
like he
I feel like
has.
he would get it over Trump, the
You think
Republican
so?
seat. Yeah, yeah,
But you see, for example, I feel like right now there's black people that might vote for Trump that wouldn't vote for DeSantis. 'Cause I feel like DeSantis, because there's already a stigma over Florida and stuff like that, and on top of that, he has more of like a very specific reputation for being like racist slash prejudice towards people.
he ain't announced it. He ain't announced it. He ain't announced it yet. But I could
Oh
see
yeah,
that
I see
though.
it. Yeah, but he would be. I think he would be a good candidate.
Definitely. But like yeah, I mean I feel what you're saying, but I feel like even though that's how he is, I feel like the Republican Party would side more with DeSantis other than Trump. And
Yeah,
Dre said Camilla. He thinks Camilla gonna run for Democrat. How did it even work though? Like, because she the
I
vice
don't think she's
president
gonna
now.
run for Democrat. Nobody even knows who that lady is. She would have to, what I'm saying, it would be a very, she even if she was to do that, it would be because for like when they won, I thought that was what her plan was. I thought she was gonna be president, kind of be in the mix a lot, so that
Hmm.
by 2024 she could run and people would automatically. But I mean, I don't see her running in 2024 when she's been absent this whole time and not really campaigning or even leaning towards saying that she wants to do that. You know what I mean? So.
But all I know is that if the Democrats pull away with getting them student loans taken away, then if they
Yeah,
end up if they get my vote 2024. Hey, whatever it is, if they do that, they get my vote. I say that right now.
yeah. I mean, I feel like if they do, but they keep, it seems like it's something they keep saying is gonna happen, and that shit keep not
They
happening.
they they
So,
they confident though because like they sent out emails for people who got approved
right.
and they got approved and as long as they win in court. I don't know exactly how that whole court system works but as long as they win it in court, then it gets taken away. But if they lose in court, then it's not gonna happen. So
Facts. Well, we'll see. 2024, we'll see. I'll tell you this, man. If Trump could come and promise us that he could get Brittany Griner back over here, and he could even help out. He could even help out Thugger and Gunna. He got my vote. You know what I'm saying? He
that
could.
is honestly that is probably something that he'll say.
Yeah, I feel like he would, and he could do it. And I feel like if he freed Kodak, why not Thugger and Gunna? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got my vote if he could do all that shit.
We'll see what Trump do. He's supposed to be back on Twitter. We was just speaking about Twitter, but he
Yeah.
refused it. He ain't trying to be back on Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, a couple. They gave Kanye West his back today, and I seen the other dude, Andrew Tatum, and the other dude, I forget his name. Jordan Peterson, I guess his name is. I forget, but yeah, they got their
Yeah.
Twitters back. They got their handles back. So
Tate,
yeah,
Trump,
we'll see.
Kanye, Jordan Peters,
Yeah,
pretty much
yeah.
everybody.
Trump 24. We'll see what happens. All right, moving on, man. We're gonna keep this moving. Speaking of which, we're gonna jump into what's going on. Probably the biggest news right now, what's going on with this YSL Rico case. So, man, things keep looking like they keep getting darker and darker for Young Thug and Gunna, man. The judge has finally set the trial for at some point in January of 2023. Um, this is the crazy part. So the DA and the state claim to have over 300 witnesses willing to testify
That is
against. Now,
crazy.
I don't that number seems insane, but I feel like they wouldn't just throw that number out if it wasn't at all accurate. You know what I mean? So, um,
Dre
yeah.
said,
So
"Baby,
200
baby
witnesses,
next." He thinks little
huh?
baby.
What happened?
Dre, he think little baby next.
Oh yeah, I feel like Lil Baby maybe next. I mean, I feel like he's moving like he's not. I was surprised that he on this album he didn't really calm down with the the mob ties talk. So I'm surprised on that one. But honestly, yeah, it looks like, and if this goes super south, as I think it will for Thug and Gunna, and let's say because Gunna, I feel like he might have a chance to see the light of day again.
Yeah,
Young
Gunna.
Thug is looking like he might not see the
It's
light of day.
over, nigga. 300 witnesses
Yeah,
or 300 whatever they witnesses, people that's gonna take the stand, snitches, whatever you want to call them. Them
Lord.
boys is done. Like that's a lot of people, bro. That's a lot of
Yeah,
people to testify against you.
yeah, and I'm sure they don't. They all got some kind of
Yes,
negative thing to say. So
it's over with. They better pray that Trump wins if that's the case.
that's
they
what I'm saying.
better
That's
they
easy. I
better
feel like
pray.
that's the only thing, bro.
But
Because like,
but that was
dude,
that was Trump doing that for Kodak. I feel like if Trump win, that wouldn't happen. I don't think because it'll be the
I
beginning.
would say I'm not
He
saying it
did,
would.
yeah, he did that for Kodak because I feel like he was ending his term, and he felt if he did that for the black community. That's what I think. He didn't do it
Yeah,
for Kodak. He didn't care about Kodak. So like, if these boys, I feel like these boys are done. Like 300 witnesses is OD. They got to find a loophole in that case.
yeah, that's what they've been trying to do, but it looks like nothing's working because Gunna has obviously several times has tried to get bond and has not worked.
Yeah,
The judge is saying this case is going to take a good 6 to 9 months to even completely go through and finish.
that means
So
they locked up for a whole other 6 to 9 months. Not
yeah,
even
bro,
doing not even doing they trial.
yeah,
That's wild, bro. That's I like you said. I feel like Gunna's like he'll probably have a chance. Young Thug Slade.
yeah, man, it's crazy because it's like, dude, like he really might not see light of day again. He might just be locked up for the rest of his life, which is crazy. But and I think they put some type of notion to not have the trial televised or something like that. But I don't know if it was approved. I'd imagine if it is televised in any kind of way, if it's allowed to be recorded or streamed, it's gonna have a lot of views, bro. Like the whole world's gonna
Oh,
be
the
watching that
case.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
that'll
I'd
be
imagine
wild.
I don't see the judge. I know the DA ain't gonna care. The DA lady, she's gonna, she probably wants the world to watch and see what
Mm-hmm.
they got because they seem pretty confident in whatever they have. So
And it's crazy with like what I think like with like people like Young Thug. I feel like he really just got caught up like heavy. You know what I'm saying? He went down kind of like in too deep type situation.
yeah,
He's rapping
yeah,
about it, and you know what I'm saying, the people around him doing stuff, and like he really just
mm,
got caught up bad and
yeah,
just
yeah,
kept going. So
yeah.
that's the sucky thing. Like the music really made him get caught up in all this stuff, and I don't know, but hey, that's how it goes. That's what happens.
So I know we talked about this before, but let me ask you again. Like, do you think, especially with this now, the passing and takeoff and all this stuff like that, do you think this will have any real like this will finally change anything as far as this, like the thug rap or the gangster rap and stuff like that? Because I'd imagine if this trial goes the way it does, these guys, I know nothing scares them, but this got to be putting some kind of fear in them. Like, yo, because nobody, these niggas don't want to spend the rest of their life behind bars. I don't care what kind of positive spin they want to put on it.
Yeah,
It's definitely not something they want to do. So, what do you think? You think it's gonna change anything?
that's tough. I mean, I don't think it's gonna change too much. I mean, maybe like that people will start wisening up,
Yeah,
but like like I said, like and Drake said, nah, he a gang leader. He talked about it. I mean, I understand that, right? But when I say like get caught up, like there was probably times where he's like, bro, I can't, I really can't, I really shouldn't be doing this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I should stop rapping about this stuff that I'm actually doing. Like, I'm out here, but he just like got caught up in the vibe and the music and just kept going. You know what I'm saying? Um,
yeah. I feel like I feel like it's more of the untouchable syndrome where they just felt like, oh, niggas can't.
yeah,
Because like think about this. This happens throughout every corner of rap from people from every state. It's just this DA lady specifically, she's really not with the shits. You get what I'm saying? Like like in most other states and stuff like that, rappers have built some kind of relationship with the DA, the community and stuff like that. So I guess police kind of turn a blind eye to certain things. But
yeah,
um you can tell this DA lady in Atlanta, she's
yeah. She
really
not
not with
playing
that.
as she should. I mean, she got to try and clean up the streets. What? Like,
Yeah,
I think another
it's a
Atlanta rapper just died the other day. I don't know if he was Atlanta. Hold on. I seen it the other day and I forgot all about it. That's how desensitized we are to these rap killings.
Yeah, I know that takeoff situation didn't help nothing either.
Yeah,
Because and the crazy thing is, all of this stuff is gonna look bad in court. You know what I mean? Like, because it just looks like some just a big whole gang ring of gang activity and stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. He may not have
it
been
just
Atlanta. I can't find it, but I seen it. It was like a little low. It was local. It was local though. And another artist in Broward just died the other day. So like, I don't know. Hip hop taking a big L with all these rapper deaths.
yeah, for sure, man. I feel like once this trial goes through and whatever happens,
It's untouchable. Just say Danae is sharp. Just say everything is fictional before the song and don't be specific telling too much.
yeah, but I think that's like impossible for these dudes, bro,
Yeah,
because
that's
part of the part of the thrill of it, or part of like I guess the appeal of it, is the talking in first person and letting niggas know that you're really doing this. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like to them it would be corny for them to be like, oh, this is all fake. You know what I mean? It's like with horror movies, even when they're not really fully based on a true story, just to scare people more before the movie they'll put, oh, based on a real story. And it's like, nah, it's not really based on a real story. You took like one element of something and made an entire
I mean, like,
fictional thing.
yeah,
You
but
know? They want to keep people immersed in the illusion. You get what I'm saying? So Young
yeah,
Thug can't start making songs and before the song be like, yeah, by the way, everything I'm about to talk about is fake. You know? Like he ain't gonna do that. You know. But that's the only thing that would save them. That's the only thing that would save them. Because think about a jury full of 12 people that don't even listen to this kind of music like that or understand the culture. Once you press play and they hear this, they're gonna be like, "Yo, this is easy." Like, like, what is this even? What are we even here for? Like,
they gave
So
them they giving them all the information in the music, like, and
yeah,
what not they not only giving them the information, like they're literally giving them clues, like, you know what I'm saying, like if they say, oh, there was a yellow car on Third Street, and the cop goes and there's a yellow car on Third Street, like they're gonna be like, the fuck, like y'all
yeah,
really
like
made it
this.
that easy for us to find out.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
it's
Yeah, I mean, I'd say
stupid.
you could even switch. Yeah. I mean, if to avoid any kind of suspicion, they would have to stop talking about that shit completely, which I don't see happening. Because as long as you talk about that stuff, there's going to be some type of interest from the DA or from your local law enforcement. So,
Well, what
um,
I think they could do is if you really want to be a gang leader and you know what I'm saying, in the music industry, you can't do that. You're probably gonna want to like find somebody, sign them, have them make the music about the gang stuff that they're not a part of, and then boom, you could write for them because they're not really, you know what I'm saying? They're not really in
Yeah.
it, and you're not gonna get caught if you
But
want to
that's
make
where like
money
the
off the music
ego,
industry.
that's where the ego part of it I think comes in because it's like these niggas like if like hate to keep you, but your Young Thug for an example, they want to be the ones doing it. They don't want niggas to say like to be like, oh, you not living that life or
Yeah, like I
you
say, they
not
got
thug
caught up,
nigga.
got caught up in the fuckery, man. That's it. That's all they did, man. They got this just
Yeah, man. I don't and the change in lifestyle, like to go from living however Young Thug was living to being in prison, like why would you even want to do that, bro? Like crazy, man. I don't
insane.
know. But um yeah, free, freedom. Hopefully they do get freed in some type of way. I wouldn't be surprised because those kind of things sometimes do happen in these situations when it comes to celebrities and rappers, especially. But
Apparently there is some possible loophole.
yeah, some shit about
Um,
like that they use the subpoena or the search warrant or something that they use to search that the spinner that Young Thug allegedly had rented
mhm.
when they shot up Lil Wayne. Apparently, the subpoena that the FBI used to search that was a fake. So his lawyer is arguing that because that was fake, that makes the evidence fake. So it has to be
Listen,
uh,
man, the DA got the grip tight on them boys, man. If Gunna can't even get out, they not letting them off easy.
and I feel like because you have to for the DA to be able to hold you and for the state to be able to hold you, someone someone in the force has to be showing the district attorney evidence that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? Like evidence that's worthwhile to hold them there and have a trial. So I feel like they must have. And again, I saw that one of their lawyers, either Gunna or Thug's lawyer, put in a notice in court to dismiss any kind of audio evidence or like phone calls, which I don't know. I don't think that's going to be approved either. But
Mm-hmm.
so that makes me they must have a lot of. They must have had these niggas phone tapped, like have a lot of
Probably.
voice,
Dre
And let's
said
not.
Dre said he got a question. Free them even if they guilty of you put selling hits. When you say selling hit, you mean like sending
You
hits.
mean
You
like
probably
sending hits? Yeah, like sending hits.
sending hits.
Here's my opinion on that, right? I would say yes, and I would say mostly yes because the way, like, this is my thing. If they, and I don't know this, but if they send out hits or were responsible in any way for any kind of like innocent bystanders, innocent victims, yes, on paper, yes, technically they should do time for that. If every person that was involved in this or that Young Thug or Gunna allegedly attempted to get erased was part of this gang life and gang activity, my nigga, it's like, bro, y'all know what y'all niggas sign up for, dog. You know what I mean? And look at Vibes Cartel situation. To this day, Vibes Cartel is sitting in a cell. You could argue, deserved or not. There's clearly audio evidence of him wilding out. But it's like, bro, even the people or the man that he allegedly got erased, what was you stealing from him or doing whatever, taking his guns or whatever you're doing for? Why would you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
we all watched all these gangster movies and the Godfather movies and all this stuff. You don't do stuff like that if you're going to be part of these kind of empires and expect to not get taken care of in some type of way. Like, so honestly, bro, to answer that question in the short is like, nah. I feel like if everything they did was in relation to the quote unquote gang and gang activity, freedom niggas, bro, because
I
you know
would
what I mean.
I would say free Gunna. I really feel like Gunna don't really got too much of his hands in this. Gunna, if anything, Gunna really got caught up like in that Young Thug.
Bro, if they have even one recording of Gunna even subtly suggesting someone be taken care of, he's fucked, bro. because the same thing again with the Vibes Cartel thing. If it was not, I tell people all the time,
Mm-hmm.
if not for that voicemail call of him saying chop him up like mincemeat, which was basically obviously meant end him.
Yeah,
If not for that, I don't think Vibes would have been locked away for life.
that's OD that he said that, bro.
Yeah, it's OD. He's like and it's OD because even though it's not a direct, there's no other way to you could tell like what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah,
like if they even got Gunna saying something like that on the phone, which they must, I feel like they must
they
have
got bro. They got
something.
to. They got to.
They got to, bro, because his lawyer specifically is said like, oh, I don't want any kind of audio or phone things being out. allowed in court. Come on, dog. Like y'all must be on them phones talking crazy. So, and think about this. This is another thing I was thinking about. If these niggas are willing to say this kind of stuff on wax records that they release globally to the world, imagine what they say on their phone conversations, bro. Like,
Idiots, bro.
imagine what they say.
Yeah, nah, I'm saying I really don't care if they get freed or not, but it don't look good for them boys.
No, I
Them
don't
them
look good at
boys them
all.
boys gonna kind of get slayed, especially if they have voice recordings talking crazy like that.
I know they got them with Thug. I could already see him.
I
He
don't
probably got
I don't
hours
see it
of.
about Gunna, but like you said, if they able to keep him like that, they got something. It's not they not keeping him with nothing on him.
With nothing, yeah.
They got some fire they about to drop on him, maybe from the witnesses or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Victims and victim families have zero respect. Our perspective changes when we are directly affected. That's true too.
But my
That's
nigga,
true.
again, like this, then, and again, I understand that, and I agree with that completely. But we have to think here, bro. One of Jeffrey Dahmer's victims is a lot different from Jeffrey, whatever Young Thug's last name is. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
because again, if my brother, sister, cousin, whoever is involved in some gang activity, yes, of course I'm gonna mourn them and I'm gonna be sad. But I'm gonna be like, yo, that was the life they chose. Like, my nigga, like, I seen a Tony Hawk documentary where his friends and people in his life are basically saying like, yo, this nigga's gonna die on a skateboard. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not, he's gonna skateboard till he dies. He shouldn't even be doing it no more. And his friends that grew up skateboarding with him was like, yo, like that's it. That's how we gonna die. That's the life. If
Mm-hmm.
you pick a lifestyle, bro, and you fully going with it, I don't think the people, I don't think the people that did it with you that survived because they were smart and did the right things should be penalized.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. They like I said, they gonna get. I feel like they 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 slave, bro. 300 witnesses, like I don't see no way around that because
Yeah, man.
that's gonna glue whatever needs to be glued to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And they like you just like what you saying. They chose the life. If they chose that lifestyle, they should know that this is a part of it. You get into it. You choose that life. You might have to go to prison for life, possibly. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that too, and then boom, that too, and that's why I said my thing is I don't know about the. It seems like they kind of calmed down with it now because the shock of being in prison probably wore off. But at first, I didn't have respect for the situation, especially on Young Thug, because it was like, dude, y'all niggas be on this shit, this like gangster shit so much. You would think when y'all get if y'all get locked up, y'all take it like a man and just be like, all right, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it seemed like they wasn't doing that. And that was another thing too. I'm like, bro, if this is the lifestyle you pick every day, you must know there's some possibility that this could go down.
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Like,
got to.
so you can't, even whether you're a celebrity or not, you can't expect more empathy than the next man from the block who gets into the same situation. You know what I mean? Because you even more, you should be smarter. You got more to lose. So
Exactly. That's
um,
one thing I just don't get. How you
like,
all this glory you got, you work so hard and this is how it possibly goes away. That's crazy.
yeah, and I think there's levels because right, because like I said, if you let's say you even on Key Glock's level, I understand the Key Glock being heavily in the street still. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
I feel like once you get to the level you nominated the Grammys, you running up at the MTV Awards and like once you on the Young Thug and Gunna's level, you should put certain things away. Which I get it that the more money you get, the easier that lifestyle gets. You know what I'm saying? So you're probably like, damn, this is what I wanted to, this is how I wanted to do this the whole time. Now I got the opportunity, but no, it's not worth it. Because when you have more to lose, you're more of a target. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, dude, like 300 witnesses is crazy. I definitely feel for sure if that is the case. It to me, it's not even gonna take that much. As long as that jury of 12 people is mostly people that are not fans of Young Thug and Gunna.
Oh yeah, they definitely. I mean, the jury's definitely not gonna be fans. They're gonna
Yeah,
make sure they not no fans there. Bro, if it comes down to a jury, bro, like well, it always comes down to a jury. Like they're slave, bro. No jury's gonna be like, yeah, freedom. Like no jury is like with all the witnesses.
the only thing that their defense has to be if they're smart is that, and then you see, but that's what because their defense could be that lyrics should not or like the real life should not reflect the lyrics, right?
Yeah,
But then it's like, okay, if the DA in the state has evidence of them actually like talking on the phone or video,
That's what I'm saying. As soon
then
as
the
they have,
songs don't even matter.
yeah, as soon as they pull up one voice recording, the whole jury gonna be like, yeah, y'all
Yeah.
boys are just over with.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's the thing about this Rico shit because the irony of a Rico case is that like they sit on you for so long and gather so much evidence, it's almost impossible to even like fight it. You know what I'm saying? Because
How long they say
they
they
got
have evidence from? Like 2015?
yeah, I think they said they've
Bro,
been
them
watching
boys
them
is
since like
done.
2015 or so. Yeah.
Them boys is done. Come on.
OD.
That's a long time to be watching somebody. Building a case on them. Not just watching them,
Yeah,
building a case.
but from especially with Young Thug from 2015 till now, his fame and money was just rising so rapidly. They probably couldn't resist. You know what I'm saying? They're probably like, "Yo, we're about to clean house with this nigga." And
Think about
when
how much money they had to pay out just to build that case on them. Like, because remember, you got to pay these people that's building the case. They not losing
yeah, man, you got to
that.
pay undercover detectives. You got to pay for the equipment. You got to pay for the hours because remember, you that type of case, you're gonna have men working hours that are not even regular business hours. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's
Dre
just
said
it's
text messages, one person to say he asked me to do it. They gonna say you was the mastermind. Done. Yeah,
yep,
bro.
that's it. And that's the thing, that keyword right there, mastermind. Nobody wants to be the mastermind. So whoever they put on that stand is gonna be like pointing that finger
Bro.
and be like, nigga, young thug and gunner, young thug and gunner. That's it.
And you
That's
think
all I
Gunna too?
know.
If I was the
Oh yeah.
if I'm predicting, Gunna is gonna get. I feel like Gunna is gonna. I gotta look more into, it, but I feel like Gunna is gonna get let off. They're gonna
No,
hit Thug the
because here's the
hardest.
thing. And I don't know if they're gonna be if they're gonna literally share lawyers, and I know they're gonna be tried together on the trial, but I'd assume they're probably gonna have different sets of lawyers. But no jury or anybody is gonna believe that Young Thug, because even his lawyers could argue that. Be like, come on, y'all want to believe that he did all of this himself? You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's gonna believe that. So that is where I think Gunna comes in as a key part of this because it's like he's gonna be the lieutenant or the second guy. You know what I mean? And because that, if you when you present it that way, it looks a lot more realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Gunna's lawyers how they can prove that Gunna has absolutely nothing to do
Gunna gonna
and
have
he was
to.
just along for the ride. I
Gunna gonna
don't
have to
know.
point them fingers, my boy. He gonna have to
And
look
you
at Young Thug
see,
and be like, "It's you,
and
my
then
nigga."
you see how, and you see what you said right there. That is exactly how it's like these niggas, their own culture like comes back to bite them. Because like
Yeah.
you just said,
Yeah.
that would be the only thing Gunna could do in this situation that would completely eradicate him from the situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
He can't do that because if he was to do that, bro,
It's over.
it looks bad on So. And not only is he now rap's number one snitch, or probably the most famous snitch to go down in hip hop music, but he just betrayed literally one of the biggest like niggas in hip hop that put him on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
can't. I know his lawyers right now are begging him like, dog, please.
yeah.
like,
All you gotta
I
do,
know,
boy, just let us
just do
know,
it
bro.
because it would work if Gunna could hit that stand and be like, look, dog, Thugga did everything. You know what I'm saying? I was just he could even bring if he was willing to do this. He could even him and his defense could push the narrative that Thug forced him into it or like put him into a corner where he wouldn't have been able to excel in his rap career if he didn't do it. You know, and a jury would believe that. I think a jury would believe that, but Gunna can't do that. He can't do that.
Bro, gonna hit that. He gonna hit them numbers, boy. He gonna start singing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
That's crazy.
golly.
That's what's I feel like that's what it's gonna come down to. Like it's gonna come down to Gunna may have to have that like either snitch or you going to jail or you going to prison for this long or you getting this kind of sentence. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's they holding out. They going to trial. They holding out and I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
know.
know. Gunna,
It's
like
what
I
it
said,
is.
Thug probably not seeing a lot of day. Gunna, I'd assume if they pin a body to him in any kind of way, he's getting at least 20 to 25, in my opinion. Which doesn't mean he's gonna, die in prison necessarily, but um Thug though, I don't know. It's looking dark for that nigga. He's
It's
looking like
over, boy.
Don Corleone right now with all this shit. 300 witnesses. That means if there's 300 witnesses, that means there's more than 300 people involved in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Which is
That's a lot of people.
that's a lot of fucking people. That's like
That's a lot of people,
that
bro.
means y'all was really doing some stuff. But Yeah, bro, we could definitely go keep up with the YSL Rico situation, man. January, I'm sure. I'm hoping that trial's televised or able to be streamed because that's just like probably one of the most interesting trials you could watch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we'll keep up with that for sure. So real quick, we'll talk about next this unfortunate club shooting that happened in Colorado. I don't know if you got any more details on it, Don,
Yeah, yeah.
but
From what I've seen, is just the the classic mass shooting that happens almost every week in America.
yeah,
Um,
well, five people dead, 25 injured. The shooter was stopped by the patrons of the club in the middle of him shooting. They were able to
I think
apprehend him.
they said he got injured. I don't know if he got shot, but they said he got injured. It's a
Yeah,
22
because
year
I think they
old.
like beat the shit out of him. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what else happened, but like
they're trying to see if it was a hate crime. I'm assuming it is. It was the LGBT. I feel like he wouldn't just randomly walk into a LGBTQ club.
then again, it could either be a hate crime or this could be somebody that's normally their type.
That's why I said
Type
like
of deal.
a crime of passion. Like what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah,
Like he
crime
was
of
upset at
passion.
someone in there. So that could be that too. Those are only two options in my opinion.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
can't be like you know.
Definitely leaning more towards hate crime. I mean, we've seen this happen before with the
Yeah,
one in
Orlando.
Orlando.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's ridiculous, and like I've said before on different other podcasts, like we just no, I don't see no real talks being happening about like guns. Like we're not even talking about it. You know what I'm saying? They're just saying,
Bro.
oh, this happened. Oh, it's so sad. This, that, and the other. Blah blah blah. But we're not really talking about how to take care of this gun situation. I don't care if it's banned or do whatever we got to do, but we got to definitely come to some kind of talk to see what we can do
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. Definitely gotta. Like I said, I'm one of the people that believe it's never going to be a situation where we completely eliminate guns, but I do think there's ways they can make it more difficult to get certain type of guns. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
That do damage. Because they said this guy had like some type of
Yeah,
semi-automatic.
they
I
said
think
some long. It had a long,
a rifle. Yeah, it was like a rifle. A
long
rifle. Sorry,
rifle.
yeah, a rifle. Yeah, and he had like two other weapons on him. Um, Colorado, in fact, from what they're saying is actually the site of some of the worst mass shootings. As you know, Columbine happened in Colorado,
Oh, true.
and the Aurora Theater where they were filming the Batman movie. Remember the guy
That
that
was
shot up
Colorado
the
too.
yeah, that was Colorado as well. So
Dre
um,
said guns don't kill people, and very sad though. Yeah, yeah, I hear that,
yeah,
but
that's what I saw people kill gun.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
they
guns
don't.
don't kill people, but I feel like what I'm saying. If it keeps happening, it's still something still needs to be discussed about it. Some kind of regulation, you know what I'm saying? Real deal regulation where that can at least slow these kind of things down. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I think it's obviously for even to do certain types of mass shootings or whatever, you have to be somewhat mentally ill or something's got to be wrong with you. So, one of the first steps I always thought was maybe like just make it more of a, like more of a just when you like we need to start testing these people mentally before we just allow people to get guns, whether it be on the internet or wherever,
mhm.
or have people bring some type of proof that they were, psychologically evaluated, But
But
then, again,
what about like before like because like social media is huge. I feel like maybe maybe being allowed to check this person's social media history because there be some crazy people on the internet, my boy, and some crazy stuff they be typing. If you see them just type some crazy stuff, they would get rejected for a gun. They can't get a gun. You know what I'm saying? Because I
yeah.
mean, that's just a thought out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a
You know what I'm
lot of the
saying?
recent shooters
Open
were known
carry
for.
is legal in Colorado for any person who is at least 18-year-old and who can legally possess a firearm, except in Denver County and other posted areas. Yes, the laws have to change. I agree. Yeah, you see, open carry is legal for anyone who's over 18 years old. That's, I mean, I don't,
Maybe.
I think that's how it is in Florida too. Oh no, no, not open carry. Open carry is crazy. That means bro could walk out there with that gun, and the police could just look at him, just watch him walk by with the long rifle, and legally can't do nothing with it, or have a crime unit that is devoted to checking on people, something like that. But there needs to be a discussion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely needs to be something has to happen. I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, like, because like Dre said, I don't believe that guns kill people. If you don't touch them, they just sit there. So I feel like it has to be a person who feels some type of way, or if you're trying to protect yourself, which I think is the correct way to use those kind of weapons. But I don't know, man. Like some of these guys that are getting in possession, like that kid that shot up the text, the Uvalde shit,
Mm-hmm.
like he just bought a shit on the internet. You know what I mean? It's like we can't. There's got to be something to not make it that easy for certain people.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the NRA, whatever. Like I feel like they're so like in love and obsessed with guns that they don't even want to have the conversation about like the negative aspect of guns and things that are happening with guns. Like they don't even want to have that conversation because they already think people are coming with some just ban the guns and this, that, and the other. So like I feel like
My thing is, but EJ, like, if you the NRA, what is the unless the NRA is the people in charge of giving these crazy niggas guns? What is my responsibility to tell you, my nigga? I'd be like, look, we don't because this is my thing, right? I don't believe people should be persecute people for the bad things they actually believe in and
mm-hmm.
what they are making happen. And nowhere in the NRA's fucking motto or whatever you want to call it does it state that they believe in using a gun to shoot up people just because you mad or just because you they don't say that. The NRA's whole thing is Americans being allowed to legally carry firearms to protect themselves and their family. You know what I'm saying? And their property even or whatever. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like there's no situation I think if a person owns a family or has a family and your home is being invaded where you're not going to wish that you had some kind of weapon to defend yourself.
Yeah,
You know what I
no,
mean?
no, for sure, for sure. And I mean that I definitely understand that, but I feel like the NRA being such a I guess a large organization or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't know completely 100% what exactly they do, but being such a large organization and you know what I'm saying, them being for that, I feel like that is something that they should at least have a conversation about because you know what I'm saying, they're completely against, you know, banning assault rifles and, you know, banning guns and things like that. But I feel like that conversation should just be had, like, because if they're for guns so much, this is their field. So let's figure out something where we can stop stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Or not even stop it, at least slow it down.
Right? As I said, I understand that. I understand they should at least be open to having the conversation and seeing what they could do as far as their part in trying to slow it down. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like I said, I don't think guns should ever disappear. I don't think they will.
Yeah, they
It
would
would
never.
be,
I mean, they're never gonna disappear. For that's a fact, especially in America.
yeah.
That combo would cause civil war in America. I mean, I guess so, because not too many people are understanding. So there's always
Yeah, I
gonna be
mean, there's a
people.
lot of things that could cause civil war in America
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now. Because like said, niggas ain't understand the shit these days. So it's like people, as long as you're not saying what they want to hear, they're willing to go to war. That's the whole thing. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So, which that right there itself is a problem because that mentality is kind of what helps this entire like gun mentality in the first place. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think the guns. I don't think they should completely disappear. They obviously can't. But I feel like we could do a better job at trying to evaluate people mentally and seeing if they should even have guns in the first place. Because like a lot of niggas shouldn't even be able to purchase them. But yeah, but RIP to everybody that passed away unfortunately, and that the 5 people that passed away in that I guess it's called the Q Club or but the
Club
LGBTQ
Q.
Club Q. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, man, I don't know until like obviously we're going to talk about this again because at some point it's going to happen again. You
Yeah,
know. So all right, before we get out of here though, let's talk about real quick about the Pied Piper. We haven't talked about him in a long time, but
Big Dog Pied Piper.
R. Kelly. There's been some developments. Now we don't know how set in stone this is, but they are saying there has been some kind of um,
Loophole.
clause or something or whatever in the trial. Because we all know in this trial, one of the witnesses blatantly lied, and then there was some other problem with evidence and how it's presented. So they're saying Kells might have a chance of getting out, man. They're saying this that we saw it happen to Bill Cosby. Bill
Mm-hmm.
Cosby was completely convicted, went to prison. Whatever happened that that was said that the court didn't go how it was supposed to, and he was released. And now they're saying the same thing might happen with R. Kelly. So first off, Don, what do you think about this, man? What do you think? First off, do you think that if Kells gets out, say he does, do you think we should reset the clock on kills and we should give him a new chance and get, or do you think like no for real like or do
It's
you
been
think
so long. I kind of forgot. I mean, I know exactly what he's in prison for, but
you
like,
forgot?
no, I know what he's in prison for, but like when it details, like you know what I'm saying, like.
Oh, I don't think you want the details. I don't think anybody
Like
wants the details.
I kind of forgot the details, but I feel like should we reset the clock? I mean, did they reset the clock for Bill Cosby?
They kind of just stopped caring.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I feel
but man,
like
Bill
that.
Cosby's at the end of his career anyway, and I think that was part of it. R. Kelly, I guess if he was to get out, he could drop another album or two.
Oh,
You know what
drop
I'm
an
saying?
album? Nah, son. He can't. He's not gonna be
Oh,
able to
so
make no records. But it's over for him.
no, you don't think so?
I don't think. I don't think he gonna be able to drop records like. I don't see it. I don't see him being able to drop records and people jamming to the records like, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Nah, I don't see it. But him
Yeah,
getting out and just like everybody kind of just forgetting because already people forgot about R. Kelly.
yeah.
So
I think his best bet would be if he is fortunate enough to get out that situation. His best bet would be just be come home and chill and be quiet and just
yeah,
keep his
just
mouth shut
vibe.
and stay
Just
out the
stay,
light.
stay away from little girls.
Stay away
Far
from
away.
everything, man. He needs to just stay in a house with an adult human being, and you know just enjoy his money and his time with adult people because if he were to get out, it's you know that's lucky, bro, because his situation was not looking good. Like he was really the you know that was it. So um,
But I see
yeah,
him.
man,
I do see him getting out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
Um,
see. If it
I
wasn't for
see
the
it happen.
Cosby thing, I'd be like no.
Yeah.
But after I seen Cosby get out, I'm like I guess it's possible. You know what I'm saying? Like
And how much time? You remember how much time R. Kelly got? I think it was like a couple, like 20 something years or something like that.
yeah, I think it was like 30 something, was it?
30
Like
something.
30. They were saying he was gonna die in prison. Like he wasn't gonna live that shit. Like
That boy must have got a good lawyer
that's what
for
I'm
that.
saying. Like
I banned "Step in the Name of Love" at the wedding. That's right. I didn't hear
yeah,
that song at the wedding.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like a lot of
Yeah,
a
he's not
lot
gonna be
of
able to drop no music.
he might be, he might have a couple bangers in him, bro. He might come out, you know what I'm
Man,
saying?
in prison, like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
making the bangers in prison. Um, damn, that'd be tough. I mean, bro is talented, my boy. He'd come out and make that banger, but damn, it's not.
yeah. I don't think he getting that publicity,
Yeah,
but
he
I
want to
feel
get that
like you know,
publicity.
yeah, but for sure if he comes out, he should just you know keep his head low and just you know chill because I think that he you know obviously when you once you do that, there's no coming back from that situation. Like you know,
Ain't no
at
coming
least
back.
not in the eyes of the fans. You know.
Yeah,
There's some
yeah.
people I seen people still rallying for him. Like I seen a couple of people still, you know, like yeah, you know, we can't wait for Kels to come home, free Kels and shit. It's like I don't know, man, dude. Like it's hard to say for you if you're like banging 13-year-olds, dude. It's like
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I think he has a chance of getting out because of that loophole stuff. But him coming out, he's definitely just gonna be because I really don't hear much from Bill Cosby. Um,
yeah,
I feel
nigga,
like
he's
he'll be the
done.
same thing. Yeah, it's over with. You really can't do nothing public. Everything just got to be just chilling home. Yeah, his life is screwed now.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna keep up with it. We're gonna see what happens with R. Kelly, and if he gets freed, I'm sure it's gonna be a very, very big conversation to have.
Yeah, he got a
Um,
better chance than Young Thug and Gunna.
Sadly, it seems somehow, but it shows you a lot about how things in America are. But yeah, man. I don't know, Don, if you got anything else
Nah,
you
I'm
wanted
good,
to.
man. I'm good.
Everybody that was in the chat, everybody, thank you to Dre, thank you to. I assume that was Nadlin that mentioned the wedding comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to everybody else that was there.
Shout out to everybody that jumped in the chat.
Yeah, facts. We definitely gonna be back next Sunday with some news. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all
All that.
that. Make sure you click that and hit the reminder so you're reminded every Sunday. But other than that, man, everyone, thank you. Have a good night. Happy holidays and all that stuff.